Soft rain falls over a dimly lit storefront. A skinny teenager stands outside, clutching a torn hoodie. A security guard pushes him away as customers inside laugh. Cut to the same store, years later, a luxury car pulls up. Out steps a sharply dressed man. The sign now reads, "Under new management." He had nothing. No home. No food. No name anyone cared to remember. But one cold night of humiliation would change everything. What happens when greed meets the one person it tried to destroy? You're about to find out. At 17, Jaden Knox was already on his own. His mother, a drug addict, had overdosed the year before. He hadn't eaten in 2 days. Snow clung to his eyelashes as he walked into Grover Mart, a high-end convenience and grocery chain in the city. His father was long gone. Jaden bounced from shelters to park benches in downtown Chicago, doing odd jobs, just enough to eat. But on one particularly brutal winter night, hunger gnawed at him harder than usual. Jaden didn't plan to steal. He just wanted to warm up and maybe ask for scraps. But that's when Brandon McCaffrey, the store manager, noticed him. Brandon was the worst kind of rich kid, arrogant, cruel, and always needing someone to step on. He spotted Jaden near the bakery aisle and sneered. "Get outta here, trash," he barked. "This isn't a shelter." Jaden tried to explain he just needed food, a warm place, anything. But Brandon signaled security. 2 guards grabbed Jaden roughly and dragged him outside. Customers watched. Some laughed. Others looked away. They built a small software tool together that helped small businesses track customer data in real time. They called it Pulse Grid. The snow swallowed Jaden as the glass doors slammed shut behind him. He stared at the neon-lit store for a long moment, teeth chattering. One day, he whispered. Marvin taught him how to code. How to build. And how to run a business, honestly. You'll see me again. Jaden spent the next 2 years hustling. He found a job at a small tech repair shop run by an old man named Marvin Cruz, a Vietnam vet who saw something in him. He was bleeding the company dry with luxury, business expenses, fake bonuses, insider kickbacks, and backdoor partnerships. The original founder had died, and his son, none other than Brandon McCaffrey, had taken over as CEO. Jaden was brilliant with circuits, curious, and a quick learner. Marvin became the father figure Jaden never had. It worked. Really well. By 22, Jaden had secured venture funding, moved to Silicon Valley, and launched PulseGrid into over 500 stores. 2 years later, it was acquired by a Fortune 100 company for $18.6 million. Jaden could have moved on. But he didn't. Because he hadn't forgotten Grover Mart. And he hadn't forgotten Brandon. By now, Grover Mart had expanded to over 80 locations across the Midwest. Under Brandon's leadership, the chain had grown, but not cleanly. Over the next month, they uncovered years of embezzlement, fraud, and tax evasion tied directly to Brandon. His greed was an open secret at HQ, but no one had the guts to challenge him. Until one day, an anonymous investor began buying shares quietly, until he owned 51% of the company. The board was stunned. So was Brandon. The name on the documents? Jaden Knox Holdings. Brandon laughed when he saw the name. That can't be. That kid's probably in jail or dead. But then Jaden walked into the boardroom. Sharp suit. Calm stare. No smile. You kicked me out of your store in the snow. Now I own every one of them. Jaden didn't just take control, he came prepared. He'd hired a team of forensic accountants. Several senior execs loyal to Brandon tried to sabotage the system. They leaked fake stories to the press claiming Jaden had hacked his way in. Brandon had taken over $2.3 million from the company through hidden accounts and ghost employee payroll. Jaden had everything in a folder. He shut down 15 underperforming stores and reopened them as community outreach centers providing jobs and food to teens like he once was. He handed it to the FBI personally. Brandon was arrested within weeks. Cameras caught him being walked out of Grover Mart HQ in handcuffs, still shouting, "This is a setup. He's just some homeless punk." No one believed him anymore. But the story didn't end there. Jaden wanted to reform the company, but not everyone on the inside agreed. Then cuts to a courtroom sketch of Brandon in handcuffs. One night, Jaden's car was broken into. His apartment was vandalized with spray-painted words, "You don't belong here." Someone was trying to scare him out. But Jaden was done running. He leaked all the internal communications to the media, exposing not only Brandon but the culture of cover-up at Grover Mart. The story exploded. Investigations followed. 3 more arrests were made. The company's stock dropped, but Jaden didn't flinch. 1 year later, Jaden walked into the original Grover Mart location, the same one he was kicked out of as a teenager. The employees, most of whom were new and from the local community, stood and applauded as he entered. Jaden didn't smile for the cameras. He walked straight to the back office. The same one Brandon used to sit in. He sat down, looked out at the store floor, and whispered, "No one gets thrown out again." Footage rolls of Jaden speaking at a community center opening, surrounded by smiling teens and store workers. He was kicked out with nothing. But what they didn't know was that the kid they threw away would become the one to tear the empire down. This was more than revenge. It was justice. Secrets of the case.